Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, coming at you live from Camrose in central Alberta. And, man, did I have a great week. I have seen some recoveries. I've seen people get their health back. I see people climbing out of the weeds when they were in so much pain they could hardly move, think, or speak. It was so bad it was driving them crazy, and I'll get into that in a little bit. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, 1-844-374-5433. We got all kinds of great, well, I don't know if I can call all of them great, but all kinds of topics we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about scientists questioning the link between fat and heart disease. Good job, guys. You're behind the curve. We're going to talk about families fighting to get their kids back from a medical system gone wild. We're going to talk about the strength of an Ojibwe girl, a native Ojibwe girl in Ontario, fighting the medical system, fighting for her rights as a human being, her and her parents, and the struggle of that reserve to protect their children. We've already got calls coming in. We got Walter in Connecticut, Anthony in Alabama, Charlene is on deck. Stick around because I want to talk to you about your health concerns or whatever the case might be. And that goes to any longevity distributors out there as well. If you've got a success story, I mean, I have met so many people that have overcome a bad kidney or asthma or allergies or high blood pressure or mental illness or drug addiction using medical nutrition. And if you're out there and you'd like to share your story, I tell you what, this show is getting more popular all the time. Dr. Glidden's been hosting webinars. He had a live one last night. We had a meeting at Fiona's Coffee Shop in downtown Camrose. And I'm telling you, the place was absolutely packed tight. We were looking for chairs. There are so many people finding out about this. And while they're there, they get to hear all these great stories. We had this kindly and beautiful grandmother there talking about she had her little 5-year-old granddaughter at her house. She was looking after her. And this little girl, 5 years old, she was walking around the house on her tiptoes. Which, she's a kid and they do weird stuff all the time. But on a whim, Grandma gave her some plant-derived minerals in a glass of orange juice, okay? Well, after a little while, it was time to go home, and she noticed that this little 5-year-old girl was walking flat on her feet. She asked her, "How come you're walking different now?" She said, "Because my feet don't hurt anymore since I had my orange juice, Grandma." Isn't that a great story? I see this kind of stuff all the time. You can do it yourself at home. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to BS you. If I don't know the answer to something, I'm going to tell you I don't know. But I tell you what, I've been following the work of Dr. Joel Wallach and Dr. Peter Glidden for about 3 years now. And in that time, I've learned a lot. I'm a longevity distributor, and I care about the health and welfare of my countrymen. And my countrymen in the United States, not just Canada. We're going to go to a story from CBC News. First Nations girl chooses traditional medicine over chemotherapy. Now, if you've been listening to this show for a while, Dr. Glidden points out almost on a daily basis how useless and, frankly, dangerous chemotherapy is. All right? If you get his book, Everyone's Sick and I Know Why, he's got a list of questions to ask your doctor if he decides to put you on chemotherapy, and guaranteed you'll make their head explode. Michaela Salt is only 10 years old but already has to make a life and death decision. She and her parents, Ken and Sonia Salt, have decided to forego chemotherapy and instead use traditional medicine to fight leukemia. I'm writing this letter to tell you that this chemo is killing my body and I can't take it anymore, she wrote to her doctors at the McMaster Children's Hospital in Hamilton. Now, if you hang on, I'm going to play you a clip of this 10-year-old girl reading this letter to her doctors. Michaela was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in January. Her doctors told her family that she would have a 75% chance of survival if she continued treatment. If not, they warned that her situation could become dire. They basically said she would have 100% relapse and would die if we discontinued chemotherapy, and that going the route of traditional medicine has 0% success rate, said Sonia Salt. Oh, really? 0%, hey? That's BS. It's a lie. Children's Aid Society investigating. Here's where it gets good. The hospital has referred Michaela's case to the Children's Aid Society, sparking fears that she may be apprehended and forced back into treatment. So guys with guns are going to come to the house and take this child away from their parents, and they're going to take her and strap her in a bed and force her on poisonous radiation therapy. We just felt so scared that they could actually come in and remove our children from a home where we're loving them and caring for them. And we want what's best for them, said Sonia Salt. The Salts are from the New Credit First Nations near Caledonia, Ontario. Their chief and council are supporting the family's decision. Now listen to what this chief has to say. We're not going to allow any other agency to come in and apprehend our children. We went through that in the 40s and 50s, and we're not going to allow that again, said Chief Brian LaForme. Now, if you remember, a few weeks back, I had Reverend Kevin Annett on this show. Reverend Annett had witnesses and sworn affidavits that there was 53 mass graves of Native children all scattered across Canada. 50,000 of them never went home. They were promised better health. They were promised education. They were taken away from their parents. And these guys are not going to repeat that chapter in history. Chief goes on to say, if someone does try to take Michaela away, we are assured 100% that people will be there to stop apprehension, said Sonia Salt. People know the consequences and they're willing to stand in and protect her at all costs. If that's what it comes down to, they need it to be physical. We're going to do what it takes to make sure our daughter's protected. The Children's Aid Society says it has a good working relationship with the New Credit First Nation and hopes to find a compromise. Sounds like they got a real good relationship with them, hey? And they hope to find a compromise. We'll just give her a little bit of radiation. How about half the chemo? Hey, that's a compromise. They hope to find a compromise. However, if a child is deemed to be in imminent danger, the society can act to remove a child. Obviously, we try to bring kids into care with the knowledge and consent of the chief and council. But there are situations when we're allowed to do what we need to do to save a child's life, says Andrew Coster, Executive Director of the Children's Aid Society of Brant. Do you wonder why the natives don't trust their government? I mean, really. In the United States and Canada, both governments enacted genocidal policies towards the native people. And now they want to come in and say, hey, we're here to help. So this is interesting. During the 11 weeks of chemotherapy, Michaela experienced severe side effects that landed her in the intensive care unit. It's a mother's worst nightmare. I remember I would just watch her and listen to her pray. Oh, God, come and get me. Come and take me from here, she said. It's not the leukemia, but it's the chemo that's going to kill me, she told her mom. After Michaela said she had a spiritual encounter in her hospital room, she begged her parents not to make her return. I know that what I have can kill me, but Jesus came into my room and told me not to be afraid, so if I live or die, I'm not afraid. The Salts won't elaborate on the exact medicine Michaela is using, but they feel it's already working. There are people in our community who have been on traditional medicines and are well today and thriving. We know that our traditional medicines work. We know that our daughter is going to be okay, said Sonia Salt. Now, I want to play you a recording of this little girl reading her letter to the doctors at Hamilton Hospital. Let's roll that clip. All right, well, the clip is just getting ready, but here's the deal. The medical system and the government go hand in hand and decide that you do not own your children. They're not yours. We know what's best, and we're going to come in and take them away. And in fact, the chemotherapy was killing this little girl. And she knew it. She didn't have a problem with facing the facts. And now, as you'll hear on the clip, she's feeling better. We're going to get to that clip after the break. We're going to go over to Walter in Connecticut. Walter?
Yes.
Welcome back. We're live on Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And we lost Walter, but we're going to go straight over to Anthony in Alabama. He wants to talk about his eyes. Anthony, are you there and can you hear me?
Hey, sir, what's going on today?
Well, I'm doing a radio show. What are you up to?
Man, ready to get out of Alabama and get back to Atlanta, Georgia.
You know what? I'm up in central Alberta, so I'm guessing you've got a lot nicer weather than I do right now, so I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's going on, Anthony?
I got a Indian man that I work with, 64 years old, 5'7", 120 pounds, and he wants to put some weight back on, and he wears glasses, but he says when he takes them off, he can see clear. When he puts them on, he can't see clear for some. I guess it's his glasses. I'm not sure. Then
let me get this straight. He can see when he takes them off.
Yeah.
This is the easiest diagnosis in the history of medicine.
All right. I think he's got it the other way around, but.
Okay. You know, it's funny because I was standing in line at a coffee shop the other day, and there was a woman. She was straining to look at the prices and the list of products that they had available, and she just offhand, I didn't even know her, but she says, "The more I spend on these glasses, the harder it is to see." And me being who I am, I was like, "Ma'am, pardon me, excuse me, did you just say that the more you spend on glasses, the worse your vision gets?" And she said, "Yeah." And so, you know, this is ridiculous. And she said that she has macular degeneration, and she just figured that that's how it's always got to be, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot you can do about macular degeneration. There's a lot you can do about glaucoma. And if your friend is listening, specifically to promote and support the healthy structure and function of the eye, we are going to look at the mineral selenium.
Right.
Okay? Ultimate selenium. You say this guy's 120 pounds?
Yeah, he said around there.
Okay, so 2 bottles of ultimate selenium a month with 1 healthy start pack. And if you can do it, get him the liquid osteo with that and the new Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Also, it would be a real good idea to double up on the EFAs. So if he can get 2 bottles of EFAs, that would go a long way toward his eye health. Now, it's probably a case where, well, I don't even know what to say because his sight's, can he see better with the glasses on or not? Did he just get his words mixed up?
Well, I asked him again. He said with his glasses off, he could see better.
Okay. Well, the name of the show just changed to Fire Your Optometrist.
Right. There you go.
Okay, so, yeah, get this guy on 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month.
Okay.
And 1 Healthy Start Pack. And like I say, if he can double up on the amino and fatty acids and the EFA Plus and the 90 count bottle, that'll go a long way as well. So, Anthony, you're a longevity distributor in Alabama, are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me add 2 more things that I didn't add.
Okay, yeah. Lay it on me.
He said his knees are weak. He wants to, be a little stronger in his knees, and he's got gray hair. And I told him that's the copper deficiency.
Okay, well, you're absolutely right. The copper in the Ultimate Selenium is going to help with the gray hair situation. Gray hair is a symptom of a copper deficiency, but you cannot just take copper. Selenium and copper activate and play off of one another to work properly in your body. Not only that, but have you told them about the 10 bad food list?
I've mentioned it to them over the months. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
That's good because
the oil. Now the oil. He does cook with oil. Him and his wife. Them being from India. And I told him about the oil. Yeah, I stayed on him about the oil. I said no oil is good. Go ahead.
No oil is good at all. It as soon as any kind of oil in the bottle touches oxygen, it starts to oxidize and it causes free radical damage in the body. And most eye issues are frequently attributed to free radical damage. But the good news is he can most likely climb out of it. I've seen it before, and I will see it again, and hopefully you'll see it with your friend there. I hear the music. We're going to come back to you on the other side, Anthony. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, Charlene, Carrie in Oklahoma, and Mandy in Kansas. Hang on. We'll get to you after this. Welcome back. We're live on Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip coming at you live from central Alberta in the town of Camrose. We're going to back over to Anthony in Alabama. Anthony, is still there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, so as far as the knees go, the OsteoFX should give them a significant boost there. Okay? Just get him on that Healthy Start Pack and the 2 bottles of selenium, extra EFAs if you can. Now, have him watch his diet and see how he feels. Okay, I'm guessing that just that Healthy Start Pack will make a big difference. If it doesn't, call back into the show and let's dial in that other issue. All right?
Okay.
All right, so Anthony, how long have you been with Longevity?
Hold on 1 second. Since, let me see, last year. I got in it last year and really didn't do anything. And then I said this year, we got to make a difference. We got to make a change. So I've been talking and handing out information. Met Dr. Wallach last December in Atlanta at our preppers convention. I can't see myself doing. I can see myself doing other things, but as far as health-wise, this is it. I said, now there's no excuse. After I started listening to Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden, I said, there's no excuse. Why we can't
there aren't.
Get healthy. Yeah.
What has it done for you?
Energy. I had a bone that was sticking out on my right knee, and that's went down since I've been taking the products. And what else? Curbed my appetite when I started taking the Beyond Tangerine for the first time. It curbed my appetite, and I remember Alex Jones saying that when you take this, you're going to look at food like you don't need to eat it, and that's exactly what happened after I started taking it. And I never had that happen before, and I used to always go into the GNC or Walmart to pick up something. And I got so frustrated because there were so many things on the shelf and you didn't know what was good for you. So I, always leave not getting anything. But when I found Dr. Wallach, that was it. There was no excuse anymore. And I said, I'll do this for the rest of my life. And I don't care who knows it. Here in Alabama, they're not quick to want help with their health. And, because I have that issue with my family, and it's been kind of rough trying to introduce this to people here in Alabama.
You know what, Anthony? Yeah, that's not just Alabama, Anthony.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, people are really hard to change their mind or look outside the box, but I'm telling you, you don't know what you don't know. And once you get on board with things, follow the 10 bad food list. Get the mighty 90 for life. That's 90 essential vitamins, minerals, and amino and fatty acids. It's a major game changer. And as I go along further, I meet people all the time, who have gotten over health issues that their doctor told them, go home, you're going to die. So you keep trucking away, Anthony, and hopefully your friend is able to listen to you. We're going to let you go. Thank you very much for the call. We're going to go over to Charlene. She says she has a schedule question. What's going on, Charlene?
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm taking the selenium between meals. So if I have lunch at 12 o'clock and wait until then I finish lunch, then an hour later have my selenium. Then an hour later I can have something else after the selenium, right? Got it or no?
Well, it really doesn't matter. Okay, if you eat it if you take your selenium with food or with not, you've got to work out what's best and what you're getting the most results with. Okay, There's a few different things like if you have rice or spinach or anything with a phytate, nuts, you got to wait 2 hours before or after to take your supplements because those phytates will bind on a vitamin and mineral and suck it right out of you. But other than that, are you absorbing you're not getting any diarrhea or anything like that?
A lot of gas yesterday.
You're gassy?
Stuff. It was doing it sort of burns a little. Yesterday I had a problem.
Okay. Now, so just watch when you take your vitamins and mess around with it. Treat yourself like a little mini laboratory and figure out what works best for you, okay, Charlene? And keep in touch with the show and let us know how you're doing.
What about coffee? One more question. What about coffee with cream?
Yeah, avoid taking your supplements after you've had coffee for a while.
Okay.
Coffee will pull a vitamin or mineral right out of you. It's diuretic, right?
Yeah.
So, avoid taking them. I get up and I have about 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the morning. I just wait to take my capsules for a couple hours after that.
Okay, sounds good.
All right?
Okay, thanks.
Charlie, you take care. Have a great day. We're going to jump over to Francis in Virginia. Francis, are you there?
Yeah.
How's it going, bro?
I'm George Branch.
Okay.
And, I got my blood sugar is keep fluctuating up and down, and I'm having trouble with my blood sugar. And I need to know something, sir.
You got a blood sugar issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you know what? That's real easy. How much do you weigh, Francis?
I'm George.
George. Oh, okay, I've got Francis on my board. Sorry about that. How much do you weigh, George?
With 250.
250? All right, You're going to need 2 healthy blood sugar packs per month. That's 2 healthy blood sugar packs per month. And I would throw in with that an extra 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. Who told you about this show, George?
Mr. Ball.
Okay, so you get back to them and let them know that you're going to need 2 healthy blood sugar packs. And all of a healthy blood sugar pack is a healthy start pack with a product called Sweeties thrown in. And what that's got is chromium and vanadium. And if you go back to 1957, Dr. Walter Mertz proved that you could reverse type 2 diabetes in mice with chromium and vanadium. Okay? So Dr. Wallach has taken that, and that chromium and vanadium is packed in cinnamon, which is also shown to improve blood sugar levels. Okay, so get those products, get back in touch with whoever put you in touch with the show. And I can't wait to see you get your blood sugar levels normalized, George. You got type 1 or type 2?
Type 2.
Type 2? Perfect.
Yeah.
You know what? You can easily overcome that, my friend.
I know my wife. She got something she want to actually do.
Yes. I have thyroid problems, and I've been gaining a lot of weight and stuff, and I'll be real tired, don't have any energy.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so how much do you weigh, ma'am?
260.
Okay, you're going to need at least 2 healthy start packs. All right? Mm-hmm. And I would add to that 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. So get back to whoever put you in touch with the show and let them know what my recommendation was. Remember, this is just my opinion because I can't legally say that we can cure anything. But I have great confidence that you'll be able to get your health back if you do this. All right?
Okay.
All right, you folks have a great day. I'm going to let you go. We're going to jump over to Carrie in Oklahoma. She wants to talk about thyroid. How you doing, Carrie?
Hi. Actually, I would have thought thyroid, too. I didn't even know I had something called parathyroid. It was my daughter who actually diagnosed me. Supposedly, I have had a condition called familial hyperpara. Real simple, it just means that your parathyroid glands go haywire. It's supposed to be a genetic. I had 2 very, very large tumors on 2 parathyroid glands. They regulate the calcium and the PTH, and they cause the other glands to get hijacked. They pull calcium out of your system and out of your bones and so on, and then throw it into your system.
It's okay. Number one, it's not genetic. Okay, disease is not genetic. You are not endowed by God with a gene that is going to break you down.
Now, this is what they told me. My daughter also suffers from a variation thereof, and what they did was they took out the 2 lower glands that had very big tumors because they're kind of ferocious and they grow back if you don't take the glands out. Since then. I'm on a lot. My husband's a distributor, so I just started on your materials about, the selenium and the various and sundry about 3 months ago, but I think I need to maybe double everything.
Okay, what are you taking and how much do you weigh?
I weigh 160 prox, and I'm 60-something. I'm taking the, 90 for life, the selenium and the BFA and the, what's the stuff for the limbs? Osteo. The things I'm having the biggest problem with is I didn't feel it as much until they took these glands out. Now, I have had a lot of, calcium, shall we say, stones come out. Usually hits your kidneys and stuff. But I've been having a lot of calcium come out, and I've been doing various, alternative remedies to try to clear that. It's kind of made my gallbladder unhappy. But my hips are killing me. And I'm having so much stiffness and pain in my hips that I'm having trouble walking, which never happened before at the surgery. And now that those 2 glands are gone, my hips don't want to cooperate. They tell me that your body has to bring the calcium back into your system because many, many years of this causes it to pull the calcium out of your bone structure and causes holes in your bones. So they say it's got to repatriate the calcium, so to speak. And so I'm just kind of waiting and walking around limping a lot and feeling, really kind of PO'd that I'm, now just, more active. I used to be very active. And I was wrong for years, but I didn't know what it was.
Well, you can't undo surgery, right? If they're gone, they're gone.
They had to take I have 2 supposedly good glands.
Okay.
To pick up, and they have made my levels okay, calcium and so on, but they've proved it. They've taken the tumors off these things, and they're fierce. They just grow back in 6 months. So they had to take the glands out. I had giant, what they consider giant tumors on the 2 lower glands.
Well, for the tumors, if I was you, I would up my ORAC value, and there's several ways you can do that.
So whose value?
Your ORAC value. ORAC is an acronym that stands for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity, okay?
Oh, okay.
And different foods have an ORAC score, okay? So the selenium is really good for that because it'll help your body to recycle glutathione, which fights cancerous cells and thus tumors. But if you want to up your ORAC value, and I'm going to give you a few different ways you can do that. The healthy chocolate is one of the best ways. The chocolate, the triple treat chocolate actually has an ORAC score of, I believe it's about 20,000 points per serving. Okay, then there's the Cell Shield RTQ. RTQ stands for resveratrol, turmeric, and quercetin. Okay, resveratrol is a chemical. Okay, you know what that is.
Yes,
okay,
I know what
one serving of that is 15,000 ORAC. And if I was you, if it were me, I would go with the Z radical as much as you can afford. The fucoidan in that, fucoidan is a sea vegetable, and it's been shown to hold back tumors and cancerous cells. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to come back to you after this commercial break, Carrie. Hang on, we'll be back after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Sometimes you just want to fly away. But you can't because there's too much to do here. We're going to go back over to Carrie in Oklahoma. So before the break, we were talking about Z-Radical. And as I was saying, Z-Radical contains fucoidan, which is a sea vegetable, and there are thousands of published studies on the benefits of fucoidan. Now, the thing that makes the Z-Radical interesting is not just the fucoidan, but it's the rich blend of antioxidants. And when I've gone online and I've watched testimonials of people that have overcome cancer with just the fucoidan. So if you've got tumors showing up, I would attack that aggressively. Now, here's the other thing. You're going to be following the 10 bad food list. I'm assuming you know about that because your husband's a distributor, right?
Yeah, he has it somewhere.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're going to have to follow that right to the letter like it's your new religion. And also, sorry?
I'm just repeating, Doc. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, don't call me doctor. I'm not a doctor. I work with Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach to help people get their health back. But here's the other deal, okay? I would also, with that, go heavy on the plant-derived minerals. Okay, plant-derived minerals. I would get 2 bottles. They're only $20 a bottle. And you can take a couple ounces of a day. But that'll kickstart a lot of things for you.
Okay, let me ask you this. How much stuff can I take at once? Because I'm taking the 90 for life. I'm taking I'm taking the EFA. I'm taking it's like a glucosamine thing from you guys. Can I take all this other as well?
Yes.
Okay, so RTQ we sell, right? You sell Z-Radical available, right?
Yep.
Okay, I have one quick question. My husband
Sure.
wants to know too. If you don't use peanut oil or olive oil or any of those oils or coconut oil, how in the world do you cook bacon or eggs or anything like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, bacon's got its own fat that you can cook it in. But here's the good news, lots of butter.
Butter. Okay,
Lots
what about
of butter. Fat is really good for you. I'm going to get into a story on that later on. We've been convinced in this society that saturated fats are linked to heart disease. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's all based on a skewed study from a guy. Well, I'm going to get into it later on. Keep listening to the show. But, yeah, cook with lots of butter.
I love butter, but I'm the only one in the family.
Get rid of the oils.
I'm the only one in the family who's not lactose intolerant.
You're what?
I can do butter, and 4 other people in the family are lactose intolerant. They cannot do dairy at all.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. I used to be lactose intolerant, okay? For most of my life. All right?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's the deal. If they get off the gluten and start following that healthy, the 10 bad food list and taking the 90 for life, I predict that there will come a time when that lactose intolerance will go away. It did for me.
Okay. All righty.
All right? So keep in touch with the show. Let us know how it's going, Carrie. I appreciate you calling in. And we've got Walter back on the line. Walter had called in a little bit ago, but we had some technical difficulties. That happens sometime with the internet and whatnot. How you doing, Walter?
Okay.
All right. What's up?
Doctor.
So what's that?
I need help. Huh?
You need help?
I need help. I fired my doctor, so I need. I became a distributor a few days ago. I bought the CEO 2-pack, and let me give you my condition. I'm 82 years old. I had open heart surgery. I have some blocked arteries. I want to open up those arteries. I want to go from 220 to 180. I need more energy. My TSH is too high. I want to improve my memory. I'm off of Coumadin, Pradaxa, which almost killed me, and I want to strengthen my bone and my brain, and I want to clean out the carotid arteries.
Okay, well, that's a big that's a big order, Walter, but I can help you out.
I bought the 2 CO packs, for $500.
Okay, Walter, we've got a hard break coming up. I hear the music. I'm going to have to put you on hold one more time. Just hang on, Walter. Stick with me, and we're going to work you through this. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this.